Hi, my name's the Guy in the Funny Hat, and today I want to tell you my top 5 free video editors. So here we go. And number 5 is Windows Live Movie Maker. It's a really simple video editor for you people who just want to edit really quick videos and upload them as quick as possible. It has one-touch access to Facebook and YouTube so that it uploads it in one fell swoop. And it also has a lot of nice little effects that you can apply to your videos, such as sepia, black and white, glowing effects, blurring effects. Has some really nice transitions, really nice title effects, and it's just superb for anyone who just wants to do very short videos. It doesn't support many layers. I think it only supports one video layer and one audio layer, but for most people that would be absolutely fine. I will say some of the shortcut keys that are in it I wouldn't have used. I would have used other shortcut keys. It comes with Windows 7 and Windows Vista pre-bundled and Windows XP if you're still on that. If you're on Windows 8, update to 8.1 for a start. If you're on Windows 8.1, you will need to download Windows Essentials 2012 to get the software, but even then, it'll give you a load of other stuff which will become useful to you anyway. Going on to more, comes default with your system is iMovie on a Mac. So if you have gone out and shelled out about £1,000 on a computer, then okay, well done, you've bought a Mac, you've got a lovely shining Apple logo on the back of your laptop. But at the same time, we've also got a really nice, very powerful, which isn't surprising since it's coming from Apple, which is the leader in the media industry, for video editing and image manipulation and all that good stuff. You've got access to iMovie, Windows Live Movie Maker for professionals. It's got a lot more features, it's a lot more powerful, but it still has the nice, fun, simple interface. It has a massive following. It supports high resolution video just like Windows Live Movie Maker, and I would highly recommend, if you've got a Mac, checking it out, giving it a go before you buy any software. Have a play around with it, see what you can do with it. It's a really powerful bit of kit. It looks a bit like Windows Live Movie Maker, so again, if you're used to Windows Live Movie Maker and you've just bought a Mac, you'll feel right at home. And number 3 is OpenShot. OpenShot is available on Linux only. This is a Linux only application, so far on the list we've had a Windows only application, a Mac only application, and now a Linux only application. And this software is, OpenShot, is a very simple but rather interesting little video editor, which is not necessarily powerful. It's not as powerful as iMovie on a Mac, but it's definitely there. It's, it's powerful enough. It's got all your basic features. It renders things really nice, but what I really love about it is its integration with Blender. So when you create a title effect in Windows Live Movie Maker or iMovie, it uses its own in-software engine to make that title, which is often 2D. You can alter the perspective to make it look 3D, but it won't actually be 3D. OpenShot, on the other hand, integrates with Blender so you can have 3D title animations. Also very quick at cutting and shuffling video around. It's completely non-linear. And you can also change your effects. There's not many effects to it, but there are enough. There's enough to, get you going. Supports multiple video layers and all that good stuff. And it is, overall, a really nice little bit of editing software. But it's just not as, maybe, polished as iMovie or Windows Live Movie Maker. And number 2 was a mistake. I don't really want to mention this one because it's not technically a video editor, but it has a very powerful video editor entwined with it. And that is Blender. Now, Blender is a 3D modeling, animation, rendering, game engine, physics simulation program. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the Swiss Army knife of modelling, engineering, just anything to do with media. It is unbelievably powerful, and it's completely open source. It's available on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS X, and it's very, very, very powerful. But it's got a really nice video editor in it, which is, wouldn't say it's easy to use. It's really not easy to use, and I certainly don't use it for video editing. It's far too complex. If you are after something that does more special effects than anything else, then it's really powerful. It acts as an alternative to things like Adobe After Effects, and it has a lot of potential. I just wish it was easy to use for people who, want to edit video, but then again, a lot of people just render the projects out and then edit it in something else. Even if, you don't particularly like the editor, you'll still have a 3D modelling side to it and a rendering side, and you can add all sorts of crazy effects to fancy title effects and all that stuff. You can do really crazy stuff on it. Bringing on to number 1, KineLive Swift, that wasn't it? It was a bit like a Monty Python transition there, but KineLive is a Linux only, then again it has got a Mac port that is a lot like Sony Vegas. It supports multiple video layers. It can be highly customized with both theming, so you can have a dark theme, a light theme, a medium grey theme, You can move all your windows around. If you're more used to the old way of Adobe Premiere, you can move into that way. If you're used to Sony Vegas, you can have it that way. If you're used to Windows Live Movie Maker, that isn't what I would call a decent video editor, so, you know, it's a bit of a different interface from that. But, you know, it's really nice. You can add more tracks, you can take away tracks. It's really powerful, really robust. The only thing that I would say is that it's not stable. It's not as stable as some of the others. However, it has matured greatly. There's a lot of videos on the internet, but they're all from yesteryear. They're all from like 2013, 2012, before the latest patches. Now my top 5 free video editors. So going through the list again, at number 5 is Windows Live Movie Maker. At number 4 is iMovie for Mac. At number 3 is OpenShot Video Editor on Linux. At number 2 is Blender 3D rendering application, along with the video editor that comes entwined with it all, which is very powerful. And at number 1 is my favourite, KineLive. Don't be afraid if you do use Windows Live Movie Maker, it can help you get into more complex video editors down the line, but that's all good.